Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. Today I have a tag for you. Welcome back everyone, welcome new subscribers. Thanks to all of you for your continued support, whether you're here for crafts or books. I appreciate you all so very much. So today I have a tag for you. This is called the Intimidating TBR Tag, and I was tagged by Elaine over at the Cobalt Dragon. And the original tag comes from Ven's Book Corner, and I will link to that and Elaine's channel down in the description box below, so you guys can go visit them. Okay, so let's get started here. What book have you been unable to finish? And for me, that book is Roots by Alex Haley. This is a book that my mom really enjoyed, and I never read it. There was a TV series. I watched the TV series of this book, but I've never read it. This is a classic book right here, and it's massive, which is probably why I haven't finished it. But one thing about this book is that there is next to no dialogue in the book. And it was a Pulitzer Prize winner, and this is a saga of an American family. And I know I just remember watching the TV series and just heartbroken watching it, the things that this family went through. And it really is very thought-provoking that America was like this, and to a point is still like this. Maybe not to the degree that we read in here, but yeah, it's just, it's an amazing story. I just really wish I could read the book. There's over 800 pages in here, and I've only successfully made it to page 68 in this book. And I really want to read it. I really want to get through it. So we'll see what happens and what comes up in the future. Okay, so number 2 is, what book haven't you... Oh, wait. What book have you yet to read because you just haven't had the time? And that one would be Lethal White. This is by Robert Galbraith, which is actually J.K. Rowling. This is the Cormoran Strike series. Now, I read the first 3 books, and before I knew it, all these other books came out afterwards. And I was like, when did we have all these books? And again, this is a chunker. I really like, now a lot of people find the book boring, but I find that the characters are phenomenal, which is the reason why I read the first 3 books when they were all out. And now we've got, I think, 3 or 4 more books that are to this series, and I'm thinking I'm never going to catch up. Like I said, it is a huge book, but I do love the characters, so I may try to get to this sometime soon. It's just that it's so big, and my time to read has been lacking because, you know, I have my grandson 5 days a week, and it's 8 hours a day. Sometimes he'll let me read, and sometimes he doesn't, and it's just, I just don't have the time to read something huge like this. I've been trying to keep my books a little smaller so I can at least finish a book here and there. Okay, and number 3, the same question, but it's a sequel. And that one for me is An Echo in the Bone. This is by Diana Gabaldon. This is the Outlander series book. This is book 7. I read 1 through 6 and just got kind of burnt out on it because she's got a lot to say in her books. Again, massive. They're all massive, but I love the story of Jamie and Claire. I just really enjoy the whole dynamic of the book, or of the series, and I just haven't made it to this one, and this is is the sequel, not the sequel, but book 7. And I feel like a lot of these books that I want to get to are massive like this. Yeah, so I just don't have the time to really get to them. The next one is the same question. What book haven't you read because it's brand new? And that one is, hold on a second, The Women by Kristen Hanna. I think I've read almost everything Kristen Hanna has written. And this was a new release this year. It was earlier this year, I think spring, maybe. I just know that it was earlier this year. And all of her books are very emotional. And it's going to make you feel something. I think Bobi had even mentioned this, reading this one on her channel. And it was really hard for her to get through because of the emotional aspects of the book. And I know this one is a woman comes home from, I think, the Vietnam War is what it is. I haven't really read the synopsis of it. But, yeah, it says, when 23-year-old nursing student Frankie McGrath hears these words, it is a revelation. Raised in the sun-drenched, women can be heroes was the words. I didn't even read that part. Raised in the sun-drenched idyllic world of Southern California and sheltered by her conservative parents, she has always prided herself on doing the right thing. But in 1965, the world is changing and suddenly dares to imagine a different future for herself. When her brother ships out to serve in Vietnam, she joins the Army Nurse Corps and follows his path. And so it's a really long synopsis. Yeah, so I know it's a story about her coming home from Vietnam, and you can imagine the things that people witness and go through, which, leads to the PTSD and all of that stuff. But I really want to read this book. She just writes such genuine, true-like stories that you can't help but feel something. Okay. What book have you yet to read because you read a book by the same author and didn't enjoy it? This is number 5. And that book I don't even have anymore, and that book would be Inspection by Josh Malerman. And I read Bird Box, and I absolutely loved that book. But this one, I think I got like over halfway through it, but it was just such a draggy story. I could not get into it for anything. I just put the book aside. And I know it's in my house somewhere, but I packed it or something and just got it off my shelves because I just could not read that book at all. Okay, number 6. What book have you yet to read because you're just not in the mood for it? Okay, as I told you guys in another video, I have been really reading a lot of thrillers and a lot of romance. Well, I've got this book right here that was going to be like a next read. This is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Now, I read Forever Never, and her stories are great. They are wonderful stories. They do tell a story, okay? But the sexy times in these books just gets to be too much for me. I don't want to read all of the nitty-gritty details. I don't need that. I don't need a play-by-play. And her book, the Forever Never one, anyway, was really like that. And I know this one's going to be too, but I want to read it, but I'm just not in the mood for that right now. I can't, especially after reading a couple of these nice, wholesome romances that I've read and really, really enjoyed. And I know this is going to be the same way. I know I'll enjoy the story, but I just don't need all the extras. I really don't need the extras. And so I'm really not in the mood to pick it up and prepare myself for that. And, a lot of people say, I just skim over that. And I've never been a skimmer. And I feel like I didn't read the book 100% if I'm skimming pages. So I would not skim over it, and I'm just not ready to put myself into this book and just to read more of that. So, yeah. Oh, did I say? Yeah, the Things We Never Got Over. Yeah, I'm not ready for that. Really not ready for it. Okay, and then what book have you yet to read because it's humongous? And that would be The Count of Monte Cristo. This is by Alexandre Dumas, and I've always heard this is a great mystery story, and it is huge. It's very daunting for me to even think about trying to start this, and the font is itty bitty tiny, and yeah, this one's humongous. This is the reason why I haven't picked it up yet. I do want to read this book eventually. Another fantastic classic from what I've heard. I just don't want to take on that task. I just, just like I told you, with not having as much time as I usually have to read, this one would take me forever. Maybe I could go through it and read a couple chapters a day and maybe finish it in 5 years. I don't know. But yeah, it's daunting. It's huge. It's not going to happen overnight, that's for sure. Okay. Next one is, what book haven't you read yet because it was a cover buy that turned out to have poor reviews? Okay, first of all, I don't check the reviews on books. I just get books and I read them for myself. Now, I have bought books because of the covers. I have done that. I am guilty as charged for that because I love beautiful covers. And sometimes I'll read the synopsises of them, but if I love the cover of it, I can convince myself that the synopsis is okay just because I love the cover. So that book that I have chosen and have not yet read is The Throne of the Fallen. This is by Carrie Maniscalco. I've read her Kingdom of the Wicked series. I've read the Hunting Jack the Ripper and really enjoyed those. I know this book is over 4 stars rated, so I just wanted to show you the pretty cover right here. So one of these days I will get to this, but yeah, as far as reviews go, I don't pay attention to that. I just go ahead and read the book, and then I decide, what did I think of it, and what do I want to, rate this book at. And I do that because I feel like a lot of people have a lot of different tastes. So you can't go by what someone else says unless they specifically like the same kind of books that you like, and they like those same details that you like. Otherwise, somebody may rate a book 5 stars, somebody else may rate it 1. It depends on the reader. So I don't go by reviews and all that stuff. I may go and read a review after I've read a book to see what people thought of it. But for the most part, I do not count on the reviews and stuff. Okay, and the last one, number 9, what is the most intimidating book in your TBR pile? And that would be this one. I just decided to use this one for 2 of the questions in here because this one is very intimidating. And yeah, one of these days I will get started on that. And then there's a number 10, and it says, tag some folks, and I'm going to tag my standby, which is Bobi over at Page Reader Reads and Journals. So Bobi, if you've not done this tag, please feel free to do so, because I'd really like to see what you have to say about it. And if anybody watching this video and you are a booktuber, be sure to do this tag. It's actually a fun tag, and it makes us remember these books that we haven't read for one reason or another, and I've got 9 of them or 8 of them sitting here right in front of me that, maybe we should get to that. So anyway, that is the Intimidating TBR tag. Please go over and visit Elaine at the Cobalt Dragon, and go visit Ven at Ven's Book Corner and give them a sub and all those good things there. So this will probably be the last video you see from me, because we're going to go on our vacation. It's going to be roughly about a week, because I can't, if I record, I can't upload and stuff. I am going to try to do a vlog, I think, of the vacation, so I will have that for when I come back, but there will be nothing else coming from me by the time you see this video, because I won't have any more time to record and stuff before then. So anyway, sorry about the rambling, you guys. That's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.